Hey everyone, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil, and it's time to talk Fallout. And man, am I having a lot of fun with this series. It's everything you hope for as a fan of the show. The production value is incredibly high. The script is smart and compelling. The performances are great. The entire tone of the game has been captured on screen here, and it's so rewarding for a fan of the franchise. But here we are, starting the fourth episode out of an 8 episode first season. And Lucy lost the head to the Gulper. Now that head of Wilzig with the chip in it is in the hands of Maximus and his new squire. So they're presumably free to return it to the Brotherhood of Steel. Lucy has been captured by Coop, our ghoul. Not sure, there's not a bounty on her, so I'm not sure what Coop's plan with her is exactly, but Lucy's got to deal with that. We also went back into Vault 33 to see how they're coping post the assault by the Raiders, posing as Vault 32 dwellers. They have 16 Raider prisoners now, and they're debating on how to best rehabilitate those prisoners. But Norman, Lucy's brother, thinks maybe they don't deserve to be rehabilitated. Maybe they need to die instead. So it's very interesting to see what's going to happen back in the vault. And yeah, Lucy's dad is still presumably with Moldaver, but we're not going there right now. No one's heading towards Moldaver, it would appear. I'm ready to jump into this and find out what happens next and learn more from the past, perhaps, because this episode is called The Ghouls. So maybe we'll get a little bit more of Coop's backstory, maybe post-bomb, but pre-now. So let's see what happens. Episode 4 of Fallout.
You can't treat people like this!
Yeah, why's that?
The Golden Rule!
Because of the golden rule.
Life's worth living when
So what has he been inhaling? What does he need exactly? What?
Hey, Raj. Hey.
It's another ghoul.
Shit.
Does it keep them from going feral?
No, it's hard out here. Might want to clear out before things get ugly.
Yeah, he's going feral.
Remember how good food used to taste?
Blamco mac and cheese.
Ice cream and apple pie.
Damn! My mom used to.
Wow. No mercy.
Why'd you do that?
What'd you say your name was?
Lucy McLean.
McLean.
See no mom?
Lucy McLean. Sometimes a fella's gotta eat a fella.
My dad dropped to 128 pounds, and he still refused to do anything like this.
That's what people say they did, and what they really did. Well, I bet your daddy was first in line at the cookout.
Why keep going?
Why the fuck am I doing all the work? Ass jerky don't make itself.
Any luck? I asked him all sorts of questions. Who he is, who he works for, what organizing principle, if any, they operate under. Nothing, huh?
Made pie if you'd like a piece.
Kyle MacLachlan really likes pie.
You're the last standing McLean. Your voice carries more weight than you might realize. When clever boys like you are angry, you're lucky not to have seen where that can lead. Just tread lightly.
Making some jerky.
Now you get me.
One of the major decisions in the game when you gotta drink irradiated water.
What are you?
Oh, I'm you, sweetie. You just give it a little time.
Wow.
You ain't going nowhere.
That's his trigger finger.
There you are.
Whoa.
Now that right there is the closest thing we've had to an honest exchange so far.
Wow.
How are you handling the death of the father of your unborn baby?
Oh, great.
Same.
He took great care of his shoes.
Get him talking about shoe maintenance and he'd just carry on until everyone left the room. It would mean a lot to me if you took Bert's shoes.
Wow.
They're tiny.
And this. Oh, Bert. Oh, Bert.
Oh, Steph.
You just keep it on, will you?
Please keep it on.
Sorry, what was I thinking? Yes, I am Bert. Now that is one wet lady.
Oh, no. Super duper mart. You're gonna have to clear this out of Ghouls.
2-month supply of owls. Exchange 1 female, mint condition. Near mint condition.
Please send her in.
That's a robot.
You're selling me?
For vials. Oh, man. I mean, that voice was a Mr. Handy. I'm sure of it. Which is one of the spherical flying robots with, like, the 3 arms that we've seen a few of.
Welcome.
Yeah.
What the fudge?
Fudge. There's no fudge here.
Right
I
outside.
say you've lost a finger. That won't do at all. Let's get you taken care of.
Okay.
Now, what have we here? Ah, this one will do it. Now, you're lucky I don't have to use a thumb. You're going to feel a slight pinch. That's much better, isn't it?
Is its color always going to be that terrible gray?
That feels really, really nice. I mean, I thought I was here to be a sex slave.
No! What a disgusting idea! I'm simply going to harvest your organs.
Dessert tray incoming.
Are those poison desserts? Oh, it's the Jell-O mold.
Wait, they're getting Jello cake?
Do you want it? Nobody's gonna know. What are you looking at? A murderer in a cage? Or what you did to the innocent people in Vault 32?
I don't know what the people of Vault 32 were up to, but it was anything but innocent.
What were they up to? Because we know they had Blight hit. Maybe they were cannibalism. You're gonna have to hack that.
Norm. Hi. Feel like getting out of the house?
Yes.
It's one of the best things about the game is finding a new vault, usually in some state of decay, and you have to explore it and figure out what went wrong. There's all just so much just latent storytelling.
Whatever happened here happened a long time ago.
Yeah, like, we don't know how long the Raiders were based here. Oh, blood on the foosball. Whoa.
The last biosignal detected was 2 years ago.
They eat each other in their desperation to survive.
I mean, it looks like they strangled each other. It just doesn't make any sense.
They know the truth. What a compelling tease. Ice cream and pie. So her mom died in the plague of 77, and yet Moldaver knew her.
Where's Martha? Martha.
Oh, shit. What are they asking, Snip Snip? We can do 60.
Fantastic.
I got to work with him on Lemony Snicket, a series of unfortunate events. Yeah.
Let's get on with it, shall we?
Please, I need my organs.
Now, don't be afraid. Hold still. This won't hurt a bit. Excuse me. There's no fudge here.
No fudge indeed.
Do as I say and Snip Snip doesn't get hurt.
It's a fucking robot.
That's why I put a Braxo draining fluid in his syringes.
If you've got a clog that's full of muck, trust a Braxo draining fluid to get it unstuck.
Them too.
All these ghouls.
Hey, thank you.
I said all of them.
Lady, those ones you don't understand.
What's wrong with those ones?
Don't be scared.
Is she gone
They're
feral?
free.
Yeah, they're ferals.
Oh gosh.
Okie dokie.
My name is Martha. Your name is Martha.
Martha's gonna have to go. Oh, man, they've nailed the guns and everything. Oh, man. Even the bag of Radaway on the back, they just, like, it's all straight from the game.
Could I help you have a better day?
No, thank you.
Okay.
What did they do to the
I think
old
it's safe to say they went bananas.
death to management?
It says it was open from the outside.
They need a pit boy to open the door.
They had one.
Rose McClane.
Mom's.
She didn't die in the famine or the plague. She left. She is toughening up. I love it.
I may end up looking like you. I'll never be like you. Golden rule, motherfucker.
All right, back to find Moldaver. All the drugs. One of his movies for sure, yeah.
There's an old Mexican eulogy. Means he was ugly, strong, and had dignity. I'll give you 2 out of 3 on that front.
Yeah. And guess what, Coop? You still only get 2 out of 3.
I hope you like the taste of lead, you commie son of a bitch.
Oh, finally get a different director. The drive-in. It's a great settlement location in Fallout 4. Great episode, and I think this is the episode that feels most like the game so far. We only had 2 main storylines this episode. We didn't see Maximus and his squire this episode. We can only assume that they are in the process of taking the head back to the Brotherhood of Steel, although they don't have radio, so that might be a longer journey. But we got 2 big storylines. We got Norman and Chet exploring Vault 32, and we got Coop, the Ghoul, and Lucy on their way to the Super Duper Mart. And especially once we were in the Super Duper Mart and in Vault 32, these very much felt like dungeon crawls almost from the games. One of my favorite things about the Fallout series is you come across these scattered vaults throughout the wasteland. And sometimes they have survivors. Sometimes they don't. Usually they don't. Usually they're very much like the one here in Vault 32 that Chet and Norman are exploring. It's like there's a bunch of dead bodies. There's some really weird stuff written on the walls. There's some computers that need to be hacked and some communications that need to be read. And you start piecing together what might have gone on. And yeah, it looks like the Vault Dwellers of 32 killed each other 2 years ago. We know that there was a blight. But what happened? What else happened? Some people killed themselves. Others were killed. Clearly, everything fell apart. The vault was opened from the outside, and it was opened with Lucy and Norman's mom's Pip-Boy. Rose is supposed to have died in the plague of 77. We learned that from Lucy today. So how did her Pip-Boy get out there? And how does Moldaver know her mom? Now let's do the math here. Let's do the math. The bombs fall in 2077. That's the canon date of the Armageddon. And we know we're 219 years later. So we're in 2296, which means the plague of 77 was 19 years ago. So Lucy would have been a young girl. I'm assuming Norman is her younger brother. We haven't had confirmation of that, but it feels like that. So they were both little kids, and they might not remember mom well. So maybe they've just been fed a story that she died in the plague, when in fact she left. You know, if everyone was starving, maybe a few people were sent to the surface to look for help, to look for food. Maybe things got that desperate. Maybe mom left. And if mom left, she may well have crossed paths with Moldaver. And because everybody knows who Moldaver is, including Dad. So yeah, what's that history? I hope we find out more there. We're halfway through now. And yeah, man. I love the mystery of the game, and I love that the show is embracing that and continuing that and giving us a new mystery that's just as compelling. The Dwellers of 32, they know, like, there was death to management written in the overseer's office, and there was another thing written on the wall in blood. We know the truth. And look, if you I don't know whether this is properly a spoiler or not, but if you've played the games, Vault Tech used the vaults to run experiments on their residents. Some were relatively mild experiments. Most were rather dramatic experiments, and most of them failed, but they were all done theoretically in the name of learning more about the human condition and better preparing ourselves for repopulating the earth post apocalypse. So was 32 an experimental vault? 33 clearly wasn't. 33's been given a directive to run a healthy democracy, and they've been thriving for 219 years. But gosh, yeah. Did 32 have some nefarious experiments happening in it? And that would mean the overseer probably knew about them. And if the residents found out, then there may have been a revolt. That's sort of where my mind is going right now. What kind of experiments? Who knows? Maybe it's something else. Maybe they're not. Maybe we're not getting into that this season. But it wouldn't surprise me if we did. And then we had Lucy in the Super Duper Mart being sold for vials. So we're learning more about Coop's condition. He's preserving himself from going feral by taking these vials and apparently a lot of drugs too. We know that he, from the first time Lucy tried to trank him, we know that he has a ton of drugs in his system, and presumably they're there to preserve his humanity, keep him from going feral. But what these vials are in particular, I'm unclear. But he needs them, and it seems he needs them on the regular. But yeah, her journey through the Super Duper Mart felt very much like a clearing mission that you get all the time in Fallout as well. Find the building with stuff worth looting, go in, clear it of hostiles, and get out. So yeah, this episode very much felt like the game. I love how Lucy's evolving. She's clearly getting dirtier, learning to live like a surface dweller, but she's not losing her morality. She's sticking to the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? Yeah, she may end up looking like Coop, but she'll never be like Coop. You have to like her. She's a really fun character. I've learned that I know her because she's the voice of Jinx from Arcane too. And as soon as you know that, you hear the voice, and it's obvious, but it's very cool. Very cool. I like learning stuff like that. But yeah, such a cool episode. The more we learn about these characters, the more fun they are. There's so much to explore in this world. I feel like another 4 episodes isn't going to be nearly enough, so I'm really crossing my fingers that Amazon decides that this is a show worth continuing. Clearly, they're putting a lot of money into it, which means it's going to have to draw very big numbers to be continued. But hopefully it's finding a fan base. I really hope it becomes a hit, and I hope it sticks around, because I would, if we got 8 episodes of Fallout every year, I'd be a very happy camper. Yeah, how cool would that be? Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. Can't wait for episode 5. Make sure you're subscribed and you've hit that bell so you find out the moment I release that next reaction. Until then, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.